Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Baguette Panther, Bretagne Panther I should say. It's the tier 6 French Panther. It's located on the northwest spawn of Sand River, and it's under the command of Apache 6467. And with him in platoon is Siddhartha in the ARL V39 and Royal Flying Corps in the T78. Well, the Bretagne Panther, or Baguette Panther, it's basically a VK3002M. That's what it is. It's not a proper Panther. Proper Panther's got 460 more hit points. It does more. It's got a better shell velocity. It's got a faster reload. It's not a Panther. It's a counterfeit Panther, much like the Poodle, which is also the same thing. It's basically a VK3002M that's been repurposed by the nation who captured them, and in this case it was the French who captured the Panther, and they started using them in action, just like the Polish managed to capture a couple of Panthers and then called it into action as the Poodle. Well, it's got a 7.5 centimeter gun, and just like the actual Panther, the tier 7 version, it does 135 alpha. But the penetration on the real Panther is a lot higher. It's up to 200 millimeters, whereas this one will just do the 135. So it's not quite. It's 150. Sorry, it's not quite as strong as the real Panther at tier 7. And of course, that hit points is a real loss. You will feel the loss of those hit points because it's. Oh, got a nice shot in there. And a nice one into the Type T34, but there's lots of enemy here. And, oh, that 60G FT almost got a shot in. And he got one into him for 146. High roll. And he takes the 60G out. But there are some enemy just around the corner. And, oh, those guys are lining up to get shot at. Yeah, that's better. Now he's stationary, he can get these shots accurately on target. And the T1 Heavy, well, yeah, you're not going to be able to stand up to it. You've got the wrong tank there. Even against the VK3002M, they're going to be firing, ammunition that's not really able to get through the armor. Or rather, will be able to get through the armor, but won't be able to fire as often with as much high velocity and much penetration as the VK, or I should say the Baguette. Now, oh, Type T34 came up there and luckily got triple tapped there. Both of our platoon mates are back at the cap, keeping it free. There's the KV-13, which of course is a tank that's going into the collector's tab soon, I believe. But it's actually quite a good little tank, especially if you play it with the derp gun. Oh, just missed a shot from the T1 Heavy, who popped up again. Oh, don't get blocked by one of your own teammates. Oh, you've got the rear of that Peter. Go for it. No. Try and get. It's very difficult, especially when you've got teammates blocking you. That's better. Go for it again. No, he's trying to quickly peek-a-boom on this Peter, and it's very difficult to, because that guy's got a decent gun, and he's moving quite constructively to avoid damage, and that KV-13 isn't, and he's being right royally rogered by those shells. Okay, Peter. Yep. Tried but didn't get it in. Can he get it this time? He's still peek-a-booing and booming, and that Peter managed to get one into him there. Lock on. That's better. Now go for it. Go for it. And he's down. Okay, there's NOS in this area, and there's only 4 enemy left anyway, so it's now a race to get to the enemy cap as quickly as you can. Now apparently they had one of these at Tank Fest last year, and I think a lot of people got to see it, and we saw pictures of the thing. I'm not sure if it was actually worked on or repaired by Wargaming themselves, but certainly it's a lovely piece of kit to actually have if you do have one. And that was it. The game's over. It didn't last very long. Here's the end of battle results. It's a first class tanker for Apache 6467 in the Baguette Panther. He managed to get a fire for effect and a bruiser medal out of the minor medals. He did get the high caliber though. For all that peak and booming he was doing, he was actually racking up a lot of damage on the enemy, especially the ones who came up north. And his win 8 for that game was 4,679. So let's have a look at team score. Highest damage in the game, 2,092 hit points of damage. It's enough with the high caliber. The next highest damage was from the Tiger 131, who got 1,297, and then the Leo got 1,266. Only one member of the enemy team managed to get over 1,000 hit points of damage. That was the P43 Tur, the one he was fighting against, who was actually doing a reasonable job, but unfortunately he didn't get much support from the guys who were behind him. And of course he was trying to peek and boom over that ridgeline, which is very difficult to do under the circumstances. Yes, he was fighting a losing battle because he was opposed against 2 other players who knew what they were doing, and therefore obviously Apache was able to get shots on target. If we look at the team scores, we can actually see that both Siddhartha and Royal Flying Corps survived the battle, and they both managed to get some damage on the enemy. They didn't get any kills, unfortunately, on this occasion, but I think they must have had a good time as well in their tank destroyers. Let's have a look at the number of kills. We can see the highest killer was the Leo with 5. The Tiger 131 managed 3, and Apache only managed to get 2 kills in this. So did the Panzer Mark IV-H. He got 2 kills and he picked up a Leather Slayer's medal. When it came to base XP, it was Apache. Yes, he managed to get 1,159. He was the only player to get over 1,000 base. 747 went to the Leo. 708 went to the Tiger 131. 33 shots fired, 22 direct hits and 16 penetrations. Number of direct hits was down because he was playing peek-a-boom. He didn't want to show his body any longer than he wanted. He could. Sorry, I've rephrased that. He didn't want to expose his turret any more than he needed to, because the armor on a Panther is very, very weak indeed. And if any one of the enemies had got their 75mm guns to bear on him, yes, they would have holed him like Swiss cheese straight away, no problem at all. So he was actually being very, very careful to pull back immediately after firing. He did get 16 penetrations though. It's a 75mm gun with decent shell velocity, not quite as good as the Panther, the full tier 7 Panther, which actually does have better shell velocity, but he still managed to do 2,092 hit points of damage, all of it at close range. Received 1 hit from the enemy. It was a penetration, I'm afraid. Yes, it did do quite a bit of damage actually when it went through. 1 shot, 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 6 enemy vehicles damaged, 2 killed, and 478 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 58,523 credits, got 25,750 from holiday ops, total 84,273. And after repair and ammunition resupply, the ammo is fairly cheap. And remember, he only fires standard ammo, he doesn't fire premium at all, and that meant he ended up with a huge profit, 79,684 credits. He picked up 1 bomb for getting the high caliber, and 1,738 XP times 2 for the first victory, 522 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 3,999 experience points altogether. So the Baguette Panther, well, it's a Panther, but not as we know it. Not as we know it, not as we know it. Yes, I felt like a song was breaking out there. It's not the full Panther. It's not the tier 7. It hasn't got the hit points to survive, so you have to be very, very careful, and that's exactly what Apache 6467 did. He was very careful not to show any more of his body than he was absolutely necessary to get the shot into the enemy. If he had done it any more, he would have retaken a round, and that would have been well, not exactly lethal from the first shot. He did lose some hit points, but he didn't lose a lot. And he didn't want to take any more than a couple of rounds if he could help it, because that might be the end of his game. But Not bad at all. 4,679 win rate. That shows how aggressive he was during that game, and that's a very good score when you get a high caliber. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. And thank you for watching.